D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video. You can either read them yourself or whatever, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to break them all down for you. Now, I also want to say that before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that we got that business out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories. So for my first story this week, all right, you guys. So Jonathan Majors has been, in the public eye for quite some time. So for this story, I want to talk because he has been cast in a new movie. Now, the movie is interesting to say the least and everything. And I'll bring up the article that we're going to talk about, and it's from Deadline, my favorite. You guys know my favorite is Deadline. I like Deadline because they don't just do the entertainment stuff, but they also do the business stuff. That's why I like Deadline. Okay, so here is what's going on with Jonathan Majors. So he is going to be in a new movie called Merciless. Okay. Now, this movie he is going to star in. It's a supernatural revenge thriller. Now, what is this movie about? Okay, so Merciless follows a top CIA interrogator who, after the woman he loves is overtaken by a malevolent force, is forced to go even darker to defeat it. The film will be the first film after Jonathan Majors, he was found guilty of 3rd-degree assault and harassment, and he was convicted and everything, which is, crappy, but they will be starting to shoot in Saskatchewan in the fall. Now, this is being directed by Martin Villeneuve, who is the younger brother of the Denis Villeneuve, and he just did Dune Part 2, which just came out and everything, which was good. It was very, very good. And he's best known for his sci-fi opus Mars et Avril. I don't know. I didn't see that. So I saw this great meme, and it was of the blondie from 30 Rock or whatnot. I'm throwing it up right now, but it said it's directed by Denis Villeneuve's brother, and it stars Jonathan Majors. I play the white woman he uses as a human shield. And that was, I thought that was funny because it was a reference to the fact that, I really didn't cover it on this channel because people get all freaking, uppity when it comes to this shit. But if you remember correctly, he was sentenced to participate in an intervention program after he was convicted. What was it, like last year? I think it was in like November or December. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it mentions it in that Deadline article if you want to go read it. But he was convicted because he had an altercation with his then girlfriend, the liar, Grace Girardi. I think Girardi, was that her last name? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Fuck that hoe. And he was found guilty of those misdemeanor counts and everything, and then he had to do that intervention program. And that all led to Jonathan Majors being fired from Marvel. And then it also led to his Magazine Dreams movie was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be like his big Oscar and every push and everything. And that got shelved and everything. I really do hope that somehow that movie gets, released. Because I want to see it now. I want to see it because everybody talked about how great Jonathan Majors was going to be in that movie. And I will be honest with you, Jonathan Majors, whether or not he is guilty, I separate the art from the artist. And even though, listen, I personally have certain feelings about what went on with that case. And I probably am pissing off a lot of people when I say I was on Jonathan Majors' side for that case. But there was a lot of stuff that went on that I'm just like, I have questions and answers were not given. So that's just my whole thing on that. Now, on top of all that, Jonathan Majors just recently received the Perseverance Award at Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards, and he gave a speech for that where he got all teary-eyed, which I'm all like, good for you. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, he's going to have to deal with a lot of stuff. I think he can have a comeback. It's just going to take a while, because I think Jonathan Majors is a really good actor, you know, and I think that this supernatural thing goes back to him being in Lovecraft Country. He was in that. That show kind of fell off the map for me. The first episode, though, I thought was really, really good. But Jonathan Majors was really good in that movie. And then I do want to see, like I said, his magazine Dreams. So going back to this Merciless movie. So Villeneuve, Martin, I think it's Martin, but I'm going to say Martin. So he says Merciless intertwines themes of possession, revenge, and personal justice within a haunting narrative, and it explores the psychological descent of John, played by Majors, and the supernatural forces challenging his sanity. And I think that sounds really, really good. Now, I don't know about you, but I when it comes to the supernatural, I'm very fascinated. I don't believe in like magic and stuff like that and witches and wizards and stuff, but I do believe in the supernatural in terms of like demons and stuff like that. So possession is I find all that stuff very interesting, and I'm interested in this movie. And I have to be honest with you, good for Jonathan Majors for getting another role after this whole nonsense with accusations. Well, he was found guilty of those third-degree assault. So, you know, he is you know, found not guilty. So I guess, or found guilty. So there's that. But we'll see how this turns out. And I have to be honest with you, I would probably see this movie. I don't know if I would see it in theaters, just because I personally, you know, I only have time to go to the theaters. Going to the movies for me is expensive, especially if I take my kids. I wouldn't take my kids to see this, but I would definitely see this movie. I would buy it when it came out on streaming. Like when it hit iTunes, I would definitely just buy it or rent it, whichever one comes first. But yeah. All right, you guys. So that was my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week. Okay, you guys. So the rumor mill has been going freaking berserk this week. And this one hit the Twitter sphere. And it hit it hard because a lot of people were tweeting out about it and all this stuff. And the rumor was that Ryan Gosling had been confirmed to be a ghostwriter in the MCU. And let me just say right now so the first tweet, and I'm throwing it up here, was from the Rejected Scooper on X, or Twitter, and I do follow him. So that was the first one that came out. And it had said that Ryan Gosling will portray Ghost Rider in the MCU. Now, this was just a rumor. Nothing had been confirmed by Marvel whatsoever. And in fact, Marvel Updates, who I also follow on Twitter, they had put out a thing that said Ryan Gosling had not been officially cast as Ghost Rider, and any official announcement would come from Marvel, you know, but no announcement had come out then. But then Holyfield M5 on Twitter again, and he's like another one of those coming up, those scoopers, kind of breaking news kind of Twitter accounts and everything. Also anonymous. That's what gets me about these anonymous. Like when it comes to like the Rejected Scooper, he's pretty good, I guess. But people like My Time to Shine, hello, and then there was another one I can't think of off the top of my head, but Toast. We Like Toast and everything. They're these anonymous scoopers. And a lot of the time their stuff does end up being true. So it's like interesting. And these anonymous scoopers, they can do this stuff because you don't know who they are. Nobody knows who they are. I'm pretty sure somebody knows who they are. But anyways, so then Holyfield M5, he put out a tweet that said Johnny Blaze will make his debut in Ghost Rider and the Midnight Suns film. And he will also be the lead of the project, played by a very popular actor. Now, here's the thing about Ryan Gosling, and I'll just pull up the article that I'm referencing right now, just because I don't want you guys to so you can grab the headline if you want to and go look it up. Although the link is in the description. So this is the article, and it comes from The Direct, not my favorite website, if you get what I'm saying, but whatever, it's fine. So how do I feel about this? Okay, Ryan Gosling is not a huge draw in my opinion. I mean, granted, Barbie did great. That is not denying it. Did $1 billion at the box office. Good for him and Barbie. even though I didn't like that movie. But Ryan Gosling is not a draw. Usually he brings in about $11 million for a movie. And I'm sorry, but that's not for me. I mean, Marvel needs a bigger draw than that, than $11 million on opening day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that Ryan Gosling is a big draw in terms of that, how that goes. However, I will say this. If they're doing a Midnight Suns movie like they say they're doing, and Ghost Rider is following in, is the lead, like the movie to start that whole push, then fine. I'll see it. I'll always see these Marvel movies, even though they've been shit lately. And I don't think they're going to change that anytime soon. I think the next couple of movies, Deadpool 3 will be good, in my opinion. I think it will be good. But after that, the Captain America 4 movie, and then what was the one after that that they're rewriting? Can't think of it off the top of my head. I think that those will be shit. But we'll see. Also, I think that with the Blade movie, I don't think they should make it. I already did a video on that. I'll leave a link and everything. But I don't think that movie's going to take off anytime soon. So we'll see how this all turns out. But Ryan Gosling, he wouldn't have been my first choice. But at the same time, I'm all like, what are you going to do? Like, your choices are kind of thin these days. I'd get a new and upcomer, you know, somebody that we haven't seen before or heard. And that's what Marvel did. But maybe Ryan Gosling will be like their new, Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. wasn't huge, before Iron Man. So we'll see how that takes off. But I mean, if this is true, and this is just rumor, good for Ryan Gosling. Get that money, girl. You know what I'm saying? But I just, I don't have hope for Marvel, but we'll see how this turns out. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. So that was my second story of the week. So for my third and final story this week. Okay, you guys. So it hit Twitter, that's where I first found out about it. And that was the set photos that revealed the new look of the Superman suit. Now, I have up on the screen the two photos that we have, and we're going to take a look at those. Don't worry, girl. We're going to take a look at them. But next to it is the picture of the official first look of the suit. Now, a lot of people didn't like it. Now, I had the opposite effect. I really did like it. I thought it looked good, and we really didn't get to see it in action. But, whether you like it or not is besides the point. We're going to take a look at these new photos. So this is the article that I'm pulling up, and that is from comicbookmovie.com. Again, not my favorite. And I'm not going to go through this article because I wanted to take a look at the pictures up close and personal. So this got released from DC Films News, right? And then it says, new photo of David Corenswet as Superman has been spotted on set. And what they did was they took this Metropolis Eagle, this newspaper little gadget thing, dispenser, and they zoomed in on the picture of Superman. And then they also did it with this picture right here of him stopping a train. And then they zoomed in on that and everything. And here's the thing. They just took this whole thing right here. And I was like, good for you guys. Because they also zoomed in on this, and it says Lex Luthor wins Arcane Genius Award, which I'm all like, man, you guys are like zooming in and checking all this stuff out. But now I want to take a look real quick at these two pictures that they took, and take a look at what they look like up close. Okay, so here's this first photo that we have and everything. And I want to just zoom in. The thing that I am like not concerned about, but I do want to, sorry about that, take a look at it is the trunks. So they look more like shorts than they do like a Speedo, which I'm not against, but at the same time, it's like, whatever. Now, again, a lot of people did not like this on Twitter, but me personally, I'm fine with it. So if you look at this photo right here, and we're going to zoom in just a little bit. So look at him stopping this train. So I think this puts him into a little bit more of an action sequence. And I don't mind because you can see the shoulder pads right here. That's fine. You can't really see the trunks right here. But again, this doesn't really bother me, these trunks. And I don't dislike this at all. I don't hate it. I know, again, a lot of people do hate it and they think it looks terrible, but I am not that girl. I think that this looks fine to me. In fact, I'm not even like upset about it. I'm just like, and again, as I've said before from the beginning, I trust James Gunn and the way he's taking this movie. I trust James. I've always liked everything James Gunn has either put out or produced. That goes from, except for his, and I've always said this, except for his trauma stuff, but that's because I've never seen it before. So I can't judge something that I've never seen. But in terms of, say, like his superhero stuff, I liked his Suicide Squad movie. I know some people didn't like it, but I liked it. I also liked his Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I really liked all three of them. I thought they were all three really good. I thought they were funny. I liked, he wrote Dawn of the Dead that Zack Snyder made. And whether you like that movie or not, because of Zack Snyder's directing, I liked that movie. And I thought that James Gunn wrote a good movie. Also, he did produce, I don't know if he wrote, but he did produce that movie Brightburn. It's called Brightburn. And I liked that movie. It was a young little kid Superman, but it was a dark Superman movie. And I liked that movie. And I think he just produced, like I said before, I think he just produced on that. But that movie, in my opinion, was pretty good. And that was written by James Gunn, his brothers. His brothers wrote that movie. And so like I said before, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. The director, I don't think yeah. So that movie was good. And I like I said before, I trust James Gunn. But we'll see how this turns out. I'm looking forward to this movie. All right, you guys. So those are my 3 stories of the week. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? What do you feel about John Majors getting this new movie, being the lead of this supernatural revenge thriller movie called Merciless? And do you think it sounds interesting? How do you feel about Jonathan Majors still getting work, even though he was found guilty of those 2 felonies? Are you on John Majors' side? Do you think that John Majors deserves to have a comeback, especially so quickly? Like he's gotten this movie like almost right after. He got that award. I'll leave a link to the Twitter post of his speech. How do you guys feel about this? Do you think it's too soon? Do you think Jonathan Majors doesn't deserve to have a comeback so soon, unlike others who haven't had a comeback? To me personally, I think he does deserve the comeback. I think that a lot of people, everybody always wants to jump to conclusions and everything. And they just right off the bat just was like, nope, he's guilty. Boom. And I'm all like, there's a lot, the story is much more nuanced than that, but it is what it is. And I can't stop the mob. You know what I'm saying? Also, tell me, how do you guys feel about Ryan Gosling being rumored to be Johnny Blaze, AKA Ghost Rider, in the new Marvel universe? Do you like this idea of him being Johnny Blaze, or do you not like it? Do you think it's stupid? Me personally, I have no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So far, all the versions of Ghost Rider that we've seen so far, including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I actually liked that version in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that Ghost Rider. But I also like Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. The first movie was okay. Like, it wasn't that great, but it was like, whatever, it's fine. The second movie was garbage. But no matter whether I liked those movies or not, I did like Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider. I thought he did a good job. Now we'll see. Which fun fact? Ryan Gosling's wife was in that first Ghost Rider movie. So that's super fun. Everything comes full circle, I guess. But I do like Ryan Gosling. I will watch this movie in theaters because it's a Marvel movie. I need content and whatever. But I don't know if this is the best choice. But at the same time, I'm willing to give him a chance. And then finally, tell me, how do you guys feel about these new photos of the Superman suit from the Superman movie coming out in 2025 from James Gunn? Do you like it? Do you think that these pictures are too grainy to really tell what's going on? Do you need more information, like you need a trailer or you need some more photos or whatnot to really give this, an overwhelming like yay or nay? And then how do you feel about this movie going forward altogether? I'm excited for it. I just want to get into the new DC universe. And again, I trust James Gunn. But that's all I got for you guys this week. Tell me what you guys think about all of this. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye. Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.